Today, let's try to discuss about a chapter called Ratio and Proportions from Concise Mathematics Arena for 10th Standard ICSE Mathematics. Now, what is a proportion? So, I have already written this here. So, what is a proportion? When ratio has been removed from the syllabus and therefore we will consider only proportion. What is a ratio? First of all, I need to understand what is ratio, then I can understand what is proportion. When A by B is written in this form, A by B, then I call this as ratio. Now, when two fractions A by B is also equal to C by D, then I can call this in proportion because these fractions are equal. Now, in the exam point of view, there are types of questions which they can be asking. What is the questions? They can ask find the third or the fourth proportion, or the second one is using K method, and they can also ask what is called add and subtract to make it a proper proportion. Use the properties of proportion. Now, there are two types of proportion. One is direct proportion, one is continuous proportion. Whenever we say that a proportion A by B is equal to C by D, which is also equal to E by F, G by H, something equal, all the terms are different, but they are equal. So, this is called direct proportion. Direct proportion means if I pick any proportion, say for example I pick up this proportion, I say EFGH. Now how many terms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 terms. If I am going to pick another one term, another one proportion like this, I see CDEFGH. Okay, how many terms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 terms, even number. If I pick another one proportion, it becomes 8 terms. When I have an even number of terms, then automatically I know this type of proportion is called a direct proportion. The moment we say a continuous proportion, the proportion or the ratio which is in the denominator repeats itself. How it repeats? A by B is also equal to B by C, which is also equal to C by D. Now look at the number of terms. If I pick this proportion, 1, this is second term, this is the second term, the second term repeats, and I have one more term. So what do I get? I get a 3 terms, odd number. If I pick another one term, another one proportion, and say okay, what happens to this? A by B equal to B by C, which is also equal to C by D. Now B and C repeats itself. Now if you look at how many terms are there? 1, 2, 3 and 4 terms. Now whenever you see a proportion with just only even terms, then you need to make a decision, yes, this is a direct proportion. Whenever I see only an odd term, I know it is going to be a continuous proportion. If I have another term, odd or even, then it can become continuous proportion as well. Now the question goes like this. Question number 7b, first question from your book. It says, find the fourth proportion 1.5, 4.5 and 3.5. The moment I know this, they are asking find the fourth proportion. That means 1, 2, third, fourth one. Fourth one I don't know. It can be either continuous or it can be direct as well. So the moment I say the fourth proportion, that means 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth term. Now if you look at the second term, this is not repeating itself, isn't it? 4.5 and this is 3.5. That means it should be direct proportion. The moment I look at it as direct proportion, I write it as A by B equal to C by D. Now I need to substitute the value. That's all I need to do. Substitute the value 1.5 as A, 4.5 as B and 3.5 as C. D I don't know. Or you can also use this, put it in ratio. You say 1.5 is to 4.5 is as 3.5 is to x. That means product of the extremes is equal to the product of the means. Product of the extremes is equal to product of the means. Is as means it is equal to. Okay. Now product of the extreme is what? 1.5 into x, 1.5 into x equal to 4.5 into 3.5 divided with 4.5. When I simplify it, I will get 10.5. Alright, clear with this? Now let's look at the other question. The other question says, now what is the other question says? It says 3a, 6a square and 2ab square, find the fourth proportion. Very good. Now I can write it in this way. 3a square is to 6a square is equal to or is as 2ab square is to x. Now product of the extremes, I need to multiply the extremes. When I am multiplying the extremes, extreme is what? The extreme terms. When I multiply the extreme, this becomes 3a into x will be equal to product of the means. Product of the means will be 6a square into 2ab square. Now what is x? Take this 3a down. What will happen? A and a will get cancelled. 3 2s are 6 and 2 into 2 is 4. This becomes 4a square b square. Alright. Now the next part of the question is find the third proportion. The moment we say find the third proportion, then this becomes 2, 2 by 3 and 4. Now the moment I say third proportion, definitely this is a number which could be odd number, because third proportion, that means it should be continuous. That means my second proportion should repeat. Now what do I do? Let the proportion be x. A will be what? A by 8 by 3. Now B is what? 4. C is what? I don't know. That is my third proportion. The moment I know this is the third proportion, I know because it's the third proportion, I need to use the type of continuous proportion. The moment I use the continuous proportion, then it becomes A by B will be equal to B by C, or this can also become what? Cross multiply B square equal to AC. I can even use that. The moment I say continuous proportion, I can also use B square equal to AC. Now substitute the value. 8 by 3 by 4 equal to 4 by x. Now what will happen? 8 by 3 into x equal to what? 16. Now what will happen to x? X will be 16 divided by 8 by 3. Now this is numerator, denominator, denominator of a denominator. Denominator of a denominator will become what? Numerator, which you have learnt in your small classes. Then what will happen? This becomes 16 into 3 by 8. 8 ones are 8, 8 twos are 16. Now the remaining part, when I multiply 3 into 2, it becomes 6. And therefore the number becomes 6. X will become, the third proportion will become 6. Now the same question can be asked in a different way. Find the mean proportion. Okay, the moment they say mean proportion, automatically we need to know that it is continuous proportion. The moment we know this is continuous proportion, that means my second term repeats. Now a plus 3, this is 6 plus 3 root 3 and a minus 4 root 3. Now what will happen? A's mean proportion means the one I need to find, the one which is in between. Okay, that means mean proportion is always, that the moment we say mean proportion, A, B and C, the middle one is always the mean proportion. Now I know A becomes 6 plus 3 root 3, B I don't know, it is x, and C will be 8 minus 4 root 3, because they are asked mean proportion. Mean proportion means it is in between. Now what do we do? We use A by B equal to B by C, A by B equal to B by C, or B square is equal to AC. Now what we need to do? B is what? X. That's what we said. Cross multiply x square, and The moment you substitute this, that is cross multiplication. AC, A and C I am going to multiply. Now how we are going to multiply? 6 with this term and 3 root 3 with this term again. Now when we do that, this becomes, when we try simplifying this, we will be in a position to get this as 12. Observe this carefully, and in case you have any doubts, you can comment on this, message me, so that I will be in a position to explain. And what will happen? X square will become root of 12. How I can split root of 12? 4 into 3 is 12. So I can take x will be equal to 2 root 3. Right? Now, the other type of the question becomes x plus 5 is the mean proportion of x plus 5 is the mean proportion of x plus 2 and x plus 9. Now the moment I say this is the mean proportion, that means this x plus 5 becomes my b, which is in the center position. So I write this in order: x plus 2, x plus 5, this is the mean proportion, and x plus 9. Now I need to find the value of x. Simple, all I will use is b square equal to ac. The moment I use b square equal to ac, b square is what? X plus 5, the whole square. This becomes a plus b the whole square, identity. And I need to multiply AC. A is what? X plus 2 and C is x plus 9. When I multiply this, I will get the value, and x and x will get cancelled because this is equal to sign. When I bring this, transpose this x this side, it becomes minus, and obviously it should get cancelled. So when the terms are same with the same signs, then I can cancel when I have an equal to sign. So I can cancel this, and whatever is remaining, simplify it, I will get x is equal to 7. What should be subtracted? Now the next variety of problem is what should be subtracted so that the proportion becomes continuous. Now they are given the number 7, 17 and 47. Now all I have to do is what? Now this is not in proportion, so I need to do some subtraction to make it in proportion. What is the number I need to subtract? Okay, let the number to be subtracted is x, not mean. Everything has to be subtracted, all the numbers. Now the moment I do that, it becomes a is equal to 7 minus x, b will be 17 minus x, and c is 47 minus x. Now what should be subtracted? To be in continuous proportion. Okay, now to be in continuous proportion means what? B square equal to AC. We know this. Now I am going to just substitute the value of B and AC. Now this becomes A minus B the whole square equal to A multiplied with C. Right? Now we need to multiply this. The moment I multiply it, I get the terms, and after I get the terms, simplifying it, you get the value x is equal to 2. Now, if you leave it here, you will lose marks. You need to also write, we need to subtract 2 so that it becomes in continuous proportion. Now, the moment I subtract 2, what will happen? This will become, they can ask two things: what number to be subtracted and what should be the proportion. What should be the number to be in continuous proportion. Then in that case, you need to write this: 7 minus 2, 17 minus 2 and 47 minus 2, and therefore what is 7 minus 2 is 5, 17 minus 2 is 15, and 47 minus 2 will give me 45. Okay, now this is one more variety of problem which they can ask you in the exam. Now same thing, same variety of problem. Now they can also ask what number to be added to make it into a continuous proportion, or to make it proportional. Now we need to say, let the number to be added be x. Now I know this is 6, I need to add this 6 plus x because this is not in proportion. So add this 15 plus x, this is c, add 20 plus x, and the last one 43 plus x. Now because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms, I will say, okay, this should be in direct term. I will say a by b equal to c by d. Now what I will do, I will substitute the value of A, substitute the value of B here, substitute the value of C, and substitute the value of D. Now cross multiply. The moment I cross multiply, this becomes 6 plus x into 43 plus x, and this will be 15 plus x multiplied by 20 plus x. The moment you multiply it, you get 258 plus 6x plus 43x plus x square. When you multiply, this becomes 300 plus 20x plus 15x plus x square. Now I have x square on either side, which has got the same sign, and therefore I can cancel it. You know that in case if I am going to transpose this, this becomes minus, plus and minus will get cancelled anyways. Now when it is equal to sign, I can automatically cancel this. On simplifying it, I get the value x is equal to 3. Now we need to make sure that 3 should be subtracted from this sequence to make it proportional. Now what should be the final thing? We need to say that in case if they ask what should be the number, what should be the proportion, then it becomes 6 plus 3 because I need to add it, and the next one will be 15 plus 3, and the next one will be what, 20 plus 3, and the last one will be 43 plus 3. 6 plus 3 is 9, so this becomes 18, 23 and 46. Alright. Now in case if they ask you to write the proportion, you need to write the proportion. In case if they ask you to find the value of find the value to be added, you need to say x is equal to 3, and therefore 3 should be added to make it proportional. So you need to write this statement. In case you don't write it, you will they will cut marks. In the next part, I will be dividing this into 3 parts, and the next part we will try to understand the K method, and then another 2 parts will come, and that will be like what is the properties of proportion and how do we apply it. Thank you.